First thing, turn the power on. Once that starts to load, you can flip this switch all the way on till the green button comes on, all the way to the full position. Just a disclaimer, this is your screen brightness. You can adjust it at the start. Hit I accept and it moves on. You want to start a new job or continue an old job, you just choose that here. I'm going to click new job, and in here you can adjust and reset wherever you're at. You know, whatever you want to keep track of you can set here, but once you're done getting that entered, just hit begin. On the menu button, here's where you can define your implement. Right now I have it set, I have one called current implement test. I'm going to click that, and it's a mounted trail type. Implement settings is where you define the width. Width is 30 feet. Implement configuration, this is where you set how far it is behind the tractor. So right now I have working point from the drawbar as 15 feet. So that's going to define where the implement shows up on your screen. Once you get that set, just click done and then click back. You can set up new implements and name them. If you have a shredder, you can set it for 14.5 feet, 15 feet, set up a new one. But once you make the changes, go ahead and click save. But you can add new implements, go to your implement list and choose new ones or delete them. So right now, like I said, I have a 30-foot test set. Go back, and then you can close this field. I mean this menu by just clicking here or on the X right there. So we're going to click close. So now we're just sitting in the middle of your pasture here. But I'm going to just pretend to set a new line. So we can set, right here's where you set your type of line you want to go. So we have straight path, pivot. We're not in a pivot country, so or contour or AB contour. Contour gives you back-to-back passes in a curve. AB contour gives you curves but allows you to skip passes and have subsequent passes, and they keep building on each other. Typically, if I do a field, I'll do maybe a AB contour or contour all the way around the perimeter 2 times or 3 times to get a headland, especially if you're wanting to spray. Maybe spray 2 or 3 times around the perimeter. You can do that in contour mode or AB contour. But for now, I'm going to just do a straight pass, so I'm going to choose straight. And we have A plus direction, so if you want to go A plus 360, that'd be north and south line. A plus 90 would be an east-west line, or anywhere in between. So I usually choose AB. I'll set a point A right where I'm sitting. Once I start going, the menu will come up to allow me to set a point B. We can just drive a few feet and actually hit point B, and then the lines pop up on the screen, and I can hit the orange button to engage, and it's going to start tracking that line. Now if I want to paint the screen to show apply on where I'm applying, I can either do it with my thumb here by turning that light on, and then it'll start painting the screen. Or right now I have this basically dimmer switch and I can hit it with my foot until it clicks, and it'll start painting, and hit it and it'll shut off. So you can use that for defining your spray area and that should work pretty good. But right now it's driving the line. I'm going to go ahead and paint the screen so you can see what it's doing. And then if I want to turn, I can just grab the steering wheel. I'm going to turn it to the right, and you can see on the screen I'm turning. The red line is the line it's going to try to go to if you hit the orange button. So once that turns red, I can click the orange button over here. Hear it beep, and it's going to start turning and lining up. I kind of didn't even get close. Usually I get pretty close before I'll hit that engage line. And since I'm trying to film, I'm not doing very good. And I'm going pretty slow, so the attack and sensitivity are turned way down. I'll speed up a bit. We'll do better on the next turn. So basically to disengage it, all I have to do is either hit the orange button and it'll stop steering, or grab the steering wheel and turn it right or left. So I'm going to turn it to the left. And you can see on the top, that's kind of your light bar on the top. And it's going to adjust. The green is the back line that we just went on. Now we're on this other line, the red one. Okay, back at it. So here's another little neat thing that this thing will do. So if you have a pasture, you want to measure acres, or just want to spray part of a pasture, you can hit menu, hit boundaries, and this is going to let you measure. So this is a drop down menu, left, center, or right. So depending on where you're going, if you're going clockwise around a pasture, you want to hit like measure. So it's going to measure from the left of whatever implement you're using. And you want to click include, so it's going to include everything inside the boundary. And then at that point, when you get ready to the edge where you're going to start the boundary, just hit start, drive the perimeter of the field, and when you get within one pass width of where you started, it's going to close the boundary, and then it's going to tell you here how many acres are within that area. So that's a neat tool to measure acres. While you're working your job, you can also click, this is a drop down menu here. It'll tell you what path you're on. I like to leave it on when I'm looking. If you've defined the perimeter and have the field acres, it's going to tell you how many acres are in the field. And if you're turning the paint on the screen on and off, the worked acres is going to be how much has been painted or worked. Zooming in and out, it's a drag. Just push, squeeze out to zoom in, squeeze in to zoom out.